If you've been invited to a wedding in Mexico City, stop packing for a second. Because if you're putting a linen suit and some flip-flops in your suitcase, you might be making a very big mistake. What happens very often is people usually hear Mexico and they think, oh, Los Cabos, Tulum, Riviera Maya, a very humid weather. But if you're heading to a wedding in Mexico City, that advice is wrong. Mexico City does not have the weather of a tropical beach. It's a very high altitude metropolis. To put it in perspective, it's way higher than Denver and Colorado. So my goal today is to save you from freezing during the wedding day in Mexico City. I'm going to break down exactly what to wear, how to prepare for men and women, and how to survive a Mexican wedding day. First, let's talk about the climate. Because of the high altitude, this means we're gonna have very intense sun and it's gonna feel hot during the day. One thing to note is you're gonna get sunburned faster here because of the proximity to the sun than if you were at the beach. But when the sun goes down, the temperature drops like rock. It goes fast. If you're just wearing like a thin sundress or like a linen shirt, by the time dinner is served, you're gonna be shivering for sure. One more thing, and is that if the wedding is between June and September, that's a rainy season, so we also need to prep you for that. And it's not a slight drizzle that happens here and there, it's like a full-on, it's pouring for a full-on hour. And how are you supposed to dress for this? Let's dive in. Ladies, let's start with you. The vibe in Mexico City, it's not beach boho. It is old world grandeur. Think 16th century haciendas, insane colonial courtyards, these very iconic venues. You want to be aiming for something more on the cosmopolitan chic side of things. Longer hemlines or midi dresses are your best friend for these types of events. You're gonna look very elegant in these venues, but it's also gonna keep you warm at night when the temperature drops. There's one more critical thing you should always consider, and that is bring a layer. It can be any pashmina, a jacket, whatever you can find is gonna be your best friend here. There's two moments where you're more likely than not gonna need it. One is if the whole wedding is taking place at an old church, you're probably gonna wanna use it because it's gonna get a bit chilly, and the reception as well. Now, let's talk shoes. Your best bet is not gonna be going with some stiletto heels or something. Most venues here are very historic and very old. So that means very uneven floors, cobblestones, grass courtyards. It's not made for heels. And if you end up doing a callejoneada in certain parts of Mexico, you're gonna walk through cobblestone for like about 20 minutes. So it can get very uncomfortable very fast. Your best choice is gonna be either block heels or wedges. And for the gentlemen, listen up. Unless the invitation specifically says bring a guayabera, leave the linen at home. Do not bring it at all. Mexico City is the equivalent of you guys going to New York for a wedding. It's very fashion forward driven. And if you end up showing at the Mexico City wedding with a beige linen suit, you're gonna end up looking like a tourist. The best bet here is gonna be going for a dark suit, kind of like charcoal, brown, black. And honestly, wool blends are way better than cotton because they handle the temperature change way better. And be very wary about what the invitation says because a lot of weddings are black tie, and people in Mexico like to dress up a lot. People do not appreciate if the wedding is black tie and someone tries to be casual with the outfit. This is not the time for that, trust me. Finally, this is a game changer, and let's talk about endurance, because Mexico City weddings are not sprints, they're marathons. In the US, I know it's very common to end a wedding at about 10, 11 p.m. at most. In Mexico City, that's when things are just getting started. Parties can go all the way up to 5, 6 a.m. easily. We even have an event that's called the tornaboda, which is a second meal that's served after midnight, usually tacos or chilaquiles, to soak up the alcohol to give you an extra boost to keep going during the party. And this is all to make the point of when you're choosing your outfit, comfort is key because you're gonna be wearing it for a long time. You have to ask the questions of, can you use that outfit to go through a 5-course meal or to dance for 4 hours straight? Because if you can't, you're not gonna enjoy it and you're gonna miss the best parts of the wedding day. So I'm gonna give you a quick recap of what you need to bring. Definitely sunblock for the altitude, layers for the evening chill, block heels for cobblestones, and obviously dress like you're going to the red carpet, not a resort. If you do just that, you're gonna blend in amazingly with the vibe of the city. I honestly hope this helps you pack and just enjoy the experience of the wedding, because I'm sure it's gonna be a blast. And listen, if you know someone that's planning a wedding in Mexico City and is looking for a photographer that is not gonna pose them awkwardly and is not staging moments, kind of more just capturing the essence of you guys and your day, let me know. I'll leave a link in the description below with my website and some information to contact me, and I would love to talk more.